Welcome to Canada's podcast.
Hi, so today I'm with Zarina Chopra, the founder of Quantum Queen Rising. So, Zarina, thanks for being here today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right. So just from the name of your business, Quantum Queen Rising, it gives us we want to know what you're doing and how did you get here. So tell us about your story about how you became an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 19, but in and out. So I have a little bit of business, background and had a jewelry store when I was younger with a partner. But for this project, for this company, Quantum Queen Rising, I came from working full time at Dell, as a global account manager. I was doing really well. And I always had this vision of me since I was probably 20 years old of running online seminars, online workshops, online, even in person, but with the way the society has gone, everything's gone online. So my vision started to shift to online programs. And I was making, really great money, for my age and also for the position. It was a really great position. And it was the end of 2020. And I had this very clear moment and vision of, now is the time to just do it. If you're going to do it, it's now. And so it was like New Year's Eve, and I just sent my deposit to a business coach that I had been following for a few months. And I just took that leap, and it was the best thing I think I did for myself, considering, COVID hit 3 months later in Toronto and literally everything, like the entire way we live totally changed. Right. So it felt like a message. It felt like something was really happening and shifting for me, but also for my service, for my sole purpose, my mission. And it was really coming into fruition.
Mm-hmm. And what did the first few months of starting your business look like?
Well, I had been certified. I did a lot of certifications for the time that I was working at Dell. So I had done, my Tao soul healing practitioner training, theta healing, Kambo practitioner, like all sorts of different types of things that I was really curious about, like healing and energy work and all of that stuff for a few years. But the first few months of business was really beta testing and designing. It was lots of writing, digging deeper into like myself and into my own healing. I had so much anxiety about even just going online and making a live video, showing up online, sharing about what I do now, like so much anxiety and healing. I had to do a lot of healing. So I remember, just the feeling of the fear and the, what are people going to think about me? How are people going to see me now? They're going to judge me, all of that stuff, the thoughts that I had to process. And the business coach was a spiritual business coach. So it was perfect. I'm starting a spiritual business, and that's what I needed. I needed someone that was really connected to the feminine side of things, not just the masculine, of creating the business and executing decisions and all of that. I needed someone that was really going to understand that, well, this whole process is an ascension, as a healing journey, and I truly believe that when we start a business, we're actually accelerating our transformation. We're accelerating our journey as a being, as a soul, as a person that's here to really serve humanity, however we choose to, whether that's, spiritual, not spiritual, it doesn't matter. You're always serving in some way. So.
And yeah. If I were with you during those months, like what would I see you doing that would accelerate your transformation? Because I'm sure that people listening are like, well, fear of being online, fear of sharing your message, fear of doing you by doing your business. There's always those doubts moment that you have at the beginning of your journey. So what were you doing to help you break those fears?
Yeah. So, I still worked at Dell for the first 9 months of my business. And so that during the day I was at my day job. And then in the evening, I literally switched from that laptop to my laptop. And I would start to watch workshops and do a lot of Tao soul healing practices for clearing negative information in the soul, heart, mind, energy, and body, as it relates to my finances, as it relates to the soul of my mission, the information in the quantum field, like very much energy healing work, but also at the soul level. So it's beyond energy work, right? So, Tao soul healing is really about understanding that everything carries information in the quantum field, and so information can also be understood as the soul, the essence of something, right? And so my soul carries a mission. It has a purpose, right? And that is information. And so just clearing that negative information, the blockages, as they would say, right? Any blockages in my way. And fear was a big one. Anxiety was a big one, lack of trust, like trusting myself, trusting my own intuition, right? Really going deep into my own self at a deep level, at the soul level, and connecting to all these different aspects of the business, right? The business itself, Quantum Queen Rising itself, carries an essence, carries information in the quantum field. So connecting to that being, as they would say, right? There's a being, there's an entity that carries this information and has its own mission of service. So, and I channel that being. I channel Quantum Queen Rising, and it uses my body, let's say, to serve. So that's it's an interesting conversation because it can go pretty deep, but in a nutshell, that's pretty much what I was doing, and really going deep with those teachings and understanding and the ancient wisdom of the Tao. Mm-hmm.
And people might not be familiar with the depth of this practice, but if we were to look at like one advice that people can actually get to move through those fears, or they're experiencing challenges with their business or themselves or self-doubt, like what would you tell them to start with? Like what is one starting point with this practice?
Like an actual Tao practice is one of the most powerful mantras that I think I discovered was the love, peace, and harmony mantra, and it's on YouTube. You can find it everywhere. It's one of Dr. and Master Zhigang Sha's sacred mantras that he received many years ago. And it's helped many, many people, like millions, over 2 million people have worked with this mantra, have chanted this, sung it. Like we sing mantras, which is very different. A lot of ancient teachings, they just chant. And when we chant mantras, it's a lot more challenging to tap into the heart space. You're more tapping into the mind, right? Chanting is like, let's clear the mind. So we're going to chant. And it's the very same tone, right? But when you sing, a lot of singers, you notice they're singing from their heart, right? Instantly, they're tapping into that heart chakra. So that's what I would say. And it's very simple. I can tell you what it is right now and write it down if anyone's listening and wants to really work with this mantra. It's called the Love, Peace, Harmony song. It's on YouTube. You can Google that. But the first line is very simple. It's, I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join hearts and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. And see, even as I say that, it doesn't sound very powerful. The words, yes, the words and the frequency, the vibration of each word and how it's laid out, very powerful at a quantum level to understand like what we're actually doing. But when you sing it and you tap into your heart and you're singing the words, I love my heart and soul. And you really mean that from the depths. I love all humanity is about bringing souls together, right? So in quantum physics, there, disharmony, chaos, disconnection is also known as entropy, right? Like an increase in entropy. So it's chaos. It's like souls are all over the place, like we're all in just different vibrations, different frequencies, different energy, and conflict, right? Causing conflict. So people separate. And if we look at humanity, if we look at Mother Earth right now, like there's a lot of separation. There's a lot of chaos in the air. There's a lot of information flying around that's really not in harmony and in oneness. And so the Tao is all about oneness. And so when you sing this mantra, what it does is it really brings that essence of oneness into your heart, into your soul, and taps you into that space, that deep space within us all that really truly wants oneness. We want to experience oneness. We want our family, our friends, our lovers, everyone to come into oneness, to feel that space of connection. And so, that's a decrease in entropy. When we're causing connection, we're causing harmony in our space, we're causing lowering the frequency of chaos, and creating more harmony, then we're really creating amazing energy and frequency in the and vibrations on this planet. And what we truly all want anyway, all of us, every single person wants to feel connection. And that's a way to actually tap into that space within you, is a very, very powerful mantra. Mm-hmm. So that's what I would say. I would definitely say, sing that mantra for at least 15 minutes in the morning. And just visualize, light, just visualize light in your heart, all around you. And as that light is like kind of bringing in all the souls in your life, like just into oneness, into one beautiful ball of light in your heart. Like that's the first thing I would say to start with. Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, I'm really looking forward to trying this.
Yeah.
And we can hear with your message that, as you said, like unity, oneness, like coming together. And that's really what you're doing with your business. Like where do you see your business going in the next couple of years? Like what impact will it have on the planet by you sharing your message with the world?
Yeah. Even as you ask that question, my body is like tingling, getting excited. I see this as a global sisterhood. I've always felt this as a very powerful global sisterhood where women really lift each other up. And it's already begun. Like these women are from all over the world and it's already started, but I really see these women taking a step up and becoming the next leaders. And they're all leaders. It's interesting, like they're all leaders, but really accelerating in the area where they are leaders. Some of them are authors, nonprofit, running nonprofits, or, entrepreneurs, whatever they are in their own right, they're all leaders. And so I see them just really stepping up and raising the frequency and energy of connection and leading this global sisterhood where women can just come together and feel connected and feel like it's the safe space to be vulnerable, safe space to heal, to transform, to up level, to ascend and connect deeper with their own soul, and that's really what we do is we help them learn how to manifest like a queen, but really clearing the karma. So negative information, when I say karma, I mean any negative information, any blockages in their soul, heart, mind, energy, and body. So yeah, I see definitely an app. I want to create an app. I feel it's coming next year to really gamify the entire process so that healing, transformation, manifesting, all of this stuff is really fun because it really is. It doesn't need to be hard work. Of course we're humans, so we're going to ebb and flow, but it's so important to just count your wins, to acknowledge all of the magic that you create, even just in a day, And so I feel like a lot of women, especially, we kind of just think like, oh, that was nice. And we go on to the next day. And And if we can gamify this and start to realize like you're taking so many actions in alignment with your worthy outcomes, with what you said you wanted, and then, little baby steps really create those quantum leaps, which is what we're all about, is really taking the worthy actions for your next quantum leap, following that information that your heart is leading you to, allowing your soul to lead you in your heart. So yeah, I want to gamify this whole thing. That's what I want to do.
I can definitely see that, most people in life don't actually acknowledge all the small actions that they do in one day to lead them to where they want. We usually just go with the flow and don't even realize what difference this will make, in our life, in general. So I think your message is very important for anyone just walking on this planet, right? So that they can recognize their own awesomeness,
Yeah, their own magic. Yeah, it's so true. Like, I see these women starting to really connect to the acknowledgement, like the celebration. Every day is a celebration. Every day, every week, they're celebrating something. And so what happens is, of course, that amplifies your manifesting abilities, that amplifies your magic, the energy, the vibration in your heart, in your life, the people around you, right? You're glowing, you're naturally attracting those people that are going to support you in your next step and whatever it is that you're trying to create, whether that's a business or just a project, whatever your soul wants, so yeah, I mean, we talk a lot about manifesting magic, and when I say magic, I mean, things that everyone wants, and just really manifesting that into your reality by allowing it to show up with ease, with grace, with fun, with celebration, so and we do a lot of practices for that. So yeah, I'm excited about this.
I really feel like we could talk for hours about this, because it's such a deep connection with anyone who's listening, with anyone that we meet, with anyone in our life. So thanks so much for sharing your message. And is there anything that you'd like to share with people listening that we might not have talked about, or that you want to leave them with from this conversation?
Just that your heart and soul knows what you want. And the mind is the processor. One of the fundamental teachings of the Tao, of oneness, is really that the soul is the boss. So your soul, your essence, your information in the quantum field is the boss and is leading everything, whether it's the positive information or negative information, And so if there's things that you're not necessarily liking, well, then you can transform that. But it's not about like getting rid of it. It's about transforming it, right? Alchemizing it, transforming it from negative to positive. So if the soul is the boss, then the soul sends information to your heart. Your heart is receiving it. Your heart is feeling it. Sometimes we feel things we don't really understand. And that's where the wisdom of the heart is the grand receiver of life. And so your heart and your soul are leading everything, right? And then the heart sends the information to the mind to be processed, not for any other reason, but to process it, And so I feel like many people allow their minds to take over, especially in business. Okay. Very, very typical in business. And the mind is going to take us through a logical process, but the heart and soul is going to take you to the place you actually want to go, And so sometimes we're constantly rerouting. We're like, oh, but I thought it was there. And I thought, oh, it's not there. And we keep trying to logically get to a place that it's actually never going to get you to the place that your heart and soul has been trying to get you to. And so what my point is, then the mind processes the information and sends it to the energy, your energy body. So now you have either positive energy or negative energy, meaning like depressed energy, anxious energy, like I mentioned I had, or excited energy or optimistic energy, like your vibes attracts your tribe, right? We know this. So then your energy sends it to your body, the physical matter. And so the physical matter is where it all manifests, like whether we have illness or health. And And that doesn't just mean for our own soul, heart, mind, and body, energy and body. It could also be how life is manifesting. So, the essence of life is really coming through those same levels of manifestation, right? Soul, essence, information, resonant frequency, heart, energy, consciousness, and matter. And so life is constantly happening in that way. And so it's just so important to allow your heart and soul to lead you. And that's, I think, what my major message would be, is that it's leading you whether you like it or not, but you have to don't create that resistance, because you'll constantly be pulled back into the center by your own mission, so follow your heart. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a great way to end this conversation. Thanks so much for your time, for sharing this with us. I hope that you keep sharing this message of unity and oneness on the planet, because we definitely hear and feel that this is what we all need. So thanks so much for being here today with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been lovely.